check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Whoopsies. That's the wrong Brave window. What if I just accidentally close my window? Hi, hello. Hello, healing. How's it going? No, that's the wrong. That's the wrong window. That's not the window that we want. Photoshop. Don't open up Photoshop. Yeah, sorry. I was watching a freaking Game Changer on YouTube. And I don't know, maybe after we did this chapters, how many pages are there? Let me check. 50 pages. Yeah, we can do this. Alright, time to start. Oh shoot, I forgot. I knew I forgot about something. Okay, and why am I leaning so much? Well, I guess it's because of the position of my webcam. Excuse me. Okay. And we are live. Hello, and welcome to the stream. My name is Nathan. I'm a manga translator VTuber who is actually going to translate a manga in this freaking stream. So, how is everyone doing tonight? I hope you are doing well, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. This is going to be the stream before I head out to the city tomorrow. Because I need to get to my to get some paperwork for my passport. It's nothing, but just I'm only just get some paperwork done at the city on Monday, so I'm driving there over to the weekends to my brother, also to visit my my nephew for the very first time. Yeah, so about the title, hold on, I'm probably gonna need to fire up my Discord. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to fire that baby up. Because if you see the title, there is something that happened. I just got the bad news just like a couple of hours before I started the stream. So earlier today, the website MangaDex just got hit by a wave of DMCA takedown. by we still don't know put the who requests the takedowns, but it caused the majority of manga chapters over at MangaDex to be taken down. And I'm not talking about some chapters. I'm talking about massive takedown, like over 1,500 chapters and manga titles got taken down at MangaDex. It is such a devastating news. And I didn't know about it until my friend Yuya Tales, shout out to Yuya Tales, actually DM'd me on Discord telling me about this happening. I thought it was just like, it was weird at first that when I log into my MangaDex account, that some of the manga chapters that I am reading are missing. I thought, that was weird. It wasn't until like a couple of hours ago when Yuya told me about it. I was like, oh, that makes sense. And yeah, it is such a devastating news because MangaDex has been the center so far of the manga fans, manga readers out there to read scanlation and manga and share it to other people. And what differentiate MangaDex from other manga aggregator site is that they were abiding the rules. They do not have ads. They do not locked chapters behind paywalls. They do not demand money, although you can still like donate or something. And if the actual publisher requests it, they will actually take down the chapters, right? They still abide to the publisher's rules. If a chapter has an official English release, they will actually put a link into the description. Oh, hey Kirana, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, Yuya told me to. Yeah, so yeah, because it has been the place for a bunch of scanlators to upload their chapters, and of course, other manga aggregator side, other re-uploaders, who re-upload mangas without the scanlator's permission, actually reaped those mangas from MangaDex, right? So for a long time, MangaDex has been the center of manga fan subs, basically. And to be hit by that massive takedown it took such a big hit for any manga readers out there. Because here's the thing, even MangaDex, they still abide to the actual publisher rules. They do not re-upload like official releases. Any official releases, for example, like from Manga Plus or from K Comics, from Kodansha Comics, they will reroute it, right? From J Novel Club, what other manga site that I know, Comic-K, they will actually reroute it into the official link that the official publisher actually hosted. Now, question, who sends the DMCA request? Well, there is some speculation I read in the forums that it's from they're still not putting fingers yet, but there is a previous news that came out recently that one webtoon publishing company is doing a bunch of massive DMCA takedowns on scanlators and other piracy manga sites, of some pirate manga sites. There is also a different news that a certain scanlator group who translate webtoons without the publisher's permission got taken down just last week. I'm not going to say what it is, mostly because I forgot their name. But yeah, I believe it's on Anime News Network. Yeah, it probably has something to do with that, although we still do not know who exactly did issued the DMCA takedown request, but a lot of major manga got hit, and not only that, even mangas that has no license outside of Japan, and even one-shots, like one-shots or mangas that is like from small publishers or not in doesn't have license outside of Japan, or even mangas that came from manga that was translated from Pixiv, that also got taken down. Let me search for the news. I believe it was from the news this week. It's on Anime News Network, I believe. Luckily, I don't think other manga sites that I frequent to got hit. It's only just MangaDex, and just a really massive takedown. Yuya actually told me that two of the mangas that I translated got hit as well, and it's a really odd one too. Let me show it to you. So of all, okay, so this is the announcement from the news from the manga site, MangaDex forum. MangaDex was hit by quite the sizable DMCA takedown, resulting in chapter numbers going down more than 25%. That is over 660,000 chapters. And no, unfortunately, we're not talking about Trump coming up with the new tariffs. So this has led to a lot of confusion and off-topic discussion in the bug, support, and announcement threads. So no real official announcement has been made yet. Okay, question. Where are the chapters of the titles I was reading just yesterday? What happened to my uploads? So MangaDex got joint DMCA takedown notice, presumably on behalf of major publisher, both Japanese and Korean. Because I believe this is like a trend from MangaDex that I've seen like couple years ago, that they started to hosting like Korean webtoon translation and Chinese manhwa as well. And I see that it got like, it is the ones that mostly frequently uploaded there over at MangaDex. So it does make sense that the Korean publisher is giving the DMCA takedown. Is there a list of what titles were affected? No such list has been provided by MangaDex staff yet. But you'll find community compiled lists in this Reddit thread. Yeah, so they made a list of a bunch of manga that got hit by DMCA takedown. So we got a title such as 20th Century Boys. I believe I read some Bleach, A Silent Voice. I also need to add like my manga too. Oh, hey Hayashi, what's up? Yeah, we're just looking at the I am not me and umare kawate mo watashi to kekkon shite kuromasa. Apparently, according to Yuya. Yeah. So I am not me and umare kawate mo are the mangas that I translated. I am not me is a one shot that was published. I think it was on Jump Plus. Oh yeah. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you, Unknown. And Umare Kawatemo is the one of my most popular manga translation that I uploaded over at MangaDex. So let's see, Azumanga Daio, Batsuichi, common only, alternative, anything you see or point out, repeat missing titles. So I'm gonna put common only. You're gonna to make change. Okay. So how do I comment? Horus Curse. Respectfully. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me do a posture check. Thank you. And stretch. Oh, even Dragon Ball got hit. I mean, to be fair, I mean you can already rate Dragon Ball over at Jump Plus. Dungeon Meshi got hit. I remember I also got a DMCA takedown on my Dungeon Meshi review at my blog. Currently just playing Zenless Zero. Oh, okay. Erased. Oh, Emiya Sanchi got hit as well. X-Arm, Fate. A bunch of Fate. Fire Emblem Engage. Flying Witch got hit. Dang. Free Ren. Oh, okay. Come on, man. I mean, it does make sense, but come on. Futari Switch. Me suffering on Pokemon Unite. Rip. Oh, no. Gigiko Kamen got hit too? I still haven't read the translation yet. Although I am reading it as it came out in Japan. That's crossing the line. Yeah, Gigant. I guess I need to add. How do I comment? Kamen Rider got hit. Yeah, and this is just still a small part. Oh my God, Kono Totomari got hit. Come on, man. We just entered the climax of the kids finally made it to the finals, man. They just about to announce the winner of the competition. What are you doing? Why did you take it down? Now I'll never know what the results. If the kids actually won the nationals. Legend of Zelda. Where is you? Where's the you? Getting a taste of the game before I fully do the sponsor. Oh, okay. Let me know if you're doing the sponsor so I can check it out. I will be on my last dance with my team someone's tournament season 2 Pokemon Unite this week. Oh, good luck to you. Hold on. Where is you, Umare Kawate mo? No, I guess I'm gonna put it. Yeah. Comment. Uma Kawate mo mata watashi to kekkon shite kuremasu ka? Comment. Yeah, I have accepted the deal, so I do have the link. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Urabaito got hit too. Dang, that was one of my favorite horror manga. Ushio and Tora. Yeah, Holic and Ray, even though Ray just made a comeback last month. Yeah, over 1,000 titles and still counting. Yeah, Zom 100 got hit too. Dang. So yeah, a lot of massive titles got hit. So next question. What's next? What about my rate markers and comment? an old version 3 feature of MangaDex allowing to show chapter metadata only without being able to actually read a chapter access images is planned to re-release ASAP. This will include your read markers as well as comment threads. This also means that even if a reading progress library explorer exists, it won't work until then. And no, before you ask, I can recommend one. Feel free to recommend something to put out there. Looks like TWil considers making one. Okay, so one of the feature of MangaDex is that you can actually mark which chapters that you have read and haven't read. Usually, if you have already read manga at other manga sites, you see how the link would be in different color. But in MangaDex, there is an actual eye icon that signals if you haven't read that chapter yet. I DM you the link. Oh, okay, thank you. Man, if only I get a Triple Z sponsorship. Well, I really wish that I also have a sponsorship, but I kind of have a sort of unspoken rule about Hoyoverse games that I just don't want to get involved in. Nothing against that. I just don't want to put my time into gacha games. And with Stream Elements, it's a whole campaign. Yeah, I heard about that because I remember that Kyo is also doing a Honkai sponsorship from Stream Elements. I haven't gotten sponsorship from Stream Elements in a long time. Probably because I refused one of their last sponsorship. Anyway, moving on. Is the removal of chapters permanent? Can I appeal the removal of my chapters? As things stand, MangaDex staying compliant with the DMCA notice is the most likely outcome. However, there are plans to show who took down a chapter and when. That means you will be able to file a DMCA counter notice to challenge a takedown if you so wish. Good luck with that. Because the thing about DMCA notice takedown is that you have to provide that you have the rights of the thing, which most scanlators do not. I know that because I had to deal with them like multiple times. I just gave up at this point and just deleted my thing. Because I remember almost losing my Twitter account twice. I actually lost my fan page from the DMCA takedown once. Most of it for like ridiculous reason, like uploading like one page of a manga. Heck, even on my Twitter, I just mentioned the name of the manga and then boom, just mention the title of the manga and I risk losing my freaking Twitter account. And that's my main Twitter account. It's freaking ridiculous. Additionally, if you believe and can prove chapters that are unlicensed by a publisher were removed incorrectly, you can report those on MangaDex's end. Why are there sometimes chapters left? Because of the nature of DMCA takedown requests, only chapters available at before the time when the takedown request was issued were removed. It seems like the plan for chapters uploaded after the creation of this snapshot is to still be removed, probably to avoid further DMCA. Yeah. So once the DMCA takedown is applied on a title, the chances are unlikely that there will be any further updates on that because once they uploaded new chapters, it will probably get automatically deleted. Can we still upload new chapters to titles that were affected by the DMCA? What about re-uploading removed chapters? Well, this is just my speculation as an official statement has yet to be made. I would strongly discourage doing so. Yeah, exactly. Because it is very likely that they will also take those down. Unless publishers suddenly have changed their mind, this would just be asking for more trouble and DMCA takedown requests for MangaDex. Therefore, I wouldn't be surprised if uploads to affected titles get deleted precautionary. This has also been the case of previous DMCAs, although those were on a completely different scale and applied to English chapters only. Yeah, because what I noticed is that they also remove like chapters that from other languages as well. So not just English. Like I saw like some Italian translation of Umakawa that also got taken down. It's 90% they will DMCA your ass out of Earth. Yeah, exactly. TLDR, no, no, please, and thank you. Why is there no official announcement? I won't be making this one if there was. They'll make one if they can share more details. I imagine being flooded by DMCAs isn't the most comfortable situation to be in. Let's give them some time. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure they are all aware of the situation. There's no need to reach out to individual staff member. That being said, I'm sure they're just unhappy with the situation as you are, so there's no need to vent your frustration at staff. Keep in mind, MangaDex is being run by unpaid volunteers. Yeah, so this is exactly a non-profit website. So, about this DMCA, it is very heartbreaking, considering that all the efforts that MangaDex put through to promote official releases, and they still got hit by the DMCA takedown. What's going on? Oh, hey, Gray, what's up? Yeah, we so just this morning, MangaDex, one of the biggest websites for reading mangas fan subs, just got hit by a massive DMCA takedown, and almost more than 25% chapters gone, like 1,000 titles and like 600k chapters just vanish because of they got taken down by DMCA. And I see a lot of posts in the forum and a bunch of that I heard that a bunch of other scanlation team already jumping ship. They're trying to find a way to keep uploading while trying to find other method to upload their releases. Some way to do that. So some scanlation group have their own websites where they post their releases there. I believe Midnight Scans had one. They would post on their Patreon, they would post on their Discord server, they would upload their chapters there, and then after that, they would upload it on MangaDex, which is also the system that I use to translate my manga. I do have one serious issue with this as a whole. Yeah, so, because here's the thing. This is not the first time this has happened. I remember it was back in 2016, 2017. A major scanlation site also got hit by a massive DMCA takedown. Ow! Why did all creators wait until now to flood MangaDex with DMCA? I believe it's one of the intensive from a bunch of publishers to stop piracy. Yeah, because they're trying to pulling the anti-piracy laws, which also includes the scanlation and stuff. Okay, back to the So the way that they would do it is that they would take down sites that host pirated manga. The thing is, the publisher would post that would take down the ones from from mangas that are actually licensed in English. That's how usually it goes. That's what the ideal situation would be. Yeah, it is SMH. That's the ideal situation, right? Someone uploaded the official English translation of a manga. Say Dragon Ball, they would post the official scans from the release that was meant to be locked behind a paywall by the official publisher. That should be the ones that needs to be taken down. However, there are also cases where because here's the thing about manga license. Those manga license, they can expire. They expire. Which is why in MangaDex you will sometimes find manga release that's official from a license, say Dark Horse Comics or what's that, Tokyo Pop releases, because their official license, their publishing rights expired, which is why you can also find official releases on MangaDex. But MangaDex also do not exactly affiliated links, but they would also put the chapters, and instead of reading it on MangaDex, when you click the link, they will redirect you into the official release. For example, this manga that also got hit by the massive takedown. This Maudesu, I just happened to have this tab open for like 3 weeks because I wanted to do it for the VTuber Manga Club stream. Because so this used to be like a lot of chapter here. 3 weeks, dang, yeah, I just had it open for some reason. But the way that MangaDex would do this, they would put this kind of link that will that is released by Comic, which is the ones who's doing the official publisher, which is the thing right here. So if you click it right here, it will redirect you into the comic.com, which is where the official manga that you can read. That's how it usually works. But now they just got taken down. Not even the links to the official, but also the fan sub that had been released thus far. I hold mod powers. I'm not streaming Dirt Rally 2 earlier. That's today's stream. Oh, really? Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. So this thing has actually... So a lot of new people who read manga was very shocked about this. Meanwhile, us Ken leaders was like, well, them's the breaks. You know what? People are actually... Yuya was... I can read from Yuya's DMs that he was panicking about this, while me, I'm very relaxed because this isn't actually the first time that it happened. I've been gotten a lot of DMCA takedowns from my relation just by virtue of being a manga scan later. But one thing, back in 2017, I also got hit by the DMCA takedown on one of the major manga scanlation site. So you're sitting in a burning building and going, this is fine. Oh no, I already evacuated. I'm just walking through the evacuation site. Well, and I'm just watching the house burning. Because this isn't the first house that got caught on fire. Back in 2017, one of the major manga scan leader website, Batodo, got hit by this similar DMCA takedowns. So the Batodo admins got hit by DMCA takedowns by their official publisher, and they had to take down most of the chapters, and they tried to fight it until finally the owner of the website decides to give up and just shut the whole website down. I smell burnt ink. Yeah, and until it got the DMCA takedown notice got so bad that the owner of Batodo decided to just give up and shut down the whole thing. just shut it down. They pulled the plug on the original Batodo, and some fans of the and some people from Batodo decided to branch out and created MangaDex. Yeah, which is how MangaDex became a thing. Because I believe the people from Batodo is the creator of MangaDex. I remember when it was first came out back in 2017, 2018. Right? Back in, it's still version 1.0. You still, there hasn't been that much feature, like you cannot bookmark, and you cannot compare your list. The forums doesn't exist yet. You can't comment. Yeah, there used to be. And it took a while. But what they tried to do is to make it specifically for scanlation while also supporting the official release. That's the original idea of MangaDex. It is a place for manga fans to share the love that they have on their favorite mangas and share it to other people, while also supporting the official release. There hasn't been any crossovers between fan subs and official release, and they try not to mess with each other. So when there's an official release, sometimes the scan later team would back off so that MangaDex would instead promote the official release instead. Hey Nathan, hey Yuya, what's up? Yeah, we're just talking about this MangaDex DMCA takedown. Yeah, and the fact that I also got hit by the DMCA takedown from Batodo back in 2017, because I remember I could not upload new chapters of Akinotobari. I went to the forums like, hey, what's going on? And until I realized that it got DMCA takedown notice, and I only noticed that 4 weeks after Akinotobari got the DMCA takedown. Yeah, I'm very late to this kind of news. Anyway, special shoutouts to Yuya for letting me know about this thing. Yeah, again, this isn't my first rodeo. I got hit by DMCA so many times. Like, heck, I lost my website. I lost my Facebook page. I made Facebook fan page of Citrus Project, my scanlation group, and it got DMCA takedown without notifying me. The fan page is just gone. And no explanation, it's just gone. And then it wasn't after like a couple of days later I got the email about the DMCA takedown. And a couple of months later, I believe it was a year later, I almost lost my main Twitter account for posting the translated manga page. And not even that. So after I got the takedown notice telling me to take down my tweets that contains the screenshot, I take them down. I still got soft banned from Twitter. Turns out, even mentioning the manga title is a big no for DMCA. I believe that happened like 4 years ago. Like, dang. Yeah. So a lot of well, let me put the link. See if your manga title got taken down. Yeah. So these are the lists. If you find your manga in this list, it got taken down by DMCA on MangaDex. Now, So, how will you be able to read any of these titles now that it got taken down by MangaDex? Now, there's a bunch of ways that you can do. One is that you should have tried to make sure you back up the manga pages. Two, if you remember the name of the scanlation team, if you remember the name of the translator, chances are they have those chapters on their website. So most of Manga Scanlator, they have their own website where they would provide the download links. So you can go there and just read on their website. I also have mine. I also have mine over at citrusteam.blogspot.com. However, this hasn't been updated since... When was the last time I updated this? Since July last year. Since a year ago. Because of bloggers decide to take down their photo service, so I cannot upload photos and show it on the page anymore. But I do have a Patreon where I sometimes post the download links to the chapters that I translated. Usually, other scanlation also have that as well. They also have, chances are, they have a Patreon or website or Discord server where they post the download links there. Yeah, so you can always go to their Patreon page, while also, trying to giving me some plug. Yeah, you can just go to patreon.com/nano10 and or at my blog, because I believe the Umakawa is still available over there. It says up until volume 3, but everything is actually there. You can go to the tag. Where is it? Toki, Tekenshinmi. Oh, yeah. Dang, I have not updated this blog in a long time. Like, damn. Yeah, and which is one of the questions that Yuya asked me on Discord is the plan, the upcoming VTuber Manga Club is still on for Umakawa, for this manga. I say it's still on. We're not just going to read the manga over at MangaDex, because I still have it on my blog. And also, I'll probably give everyone the link to the download page over at, because I'm hosting it on Mega as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the update. Yeah, it sucks. It's absolutely sucks. Also, apparently the SO Twitch Guru thing doesn't work. Kamen Rider Spirits got hit by the DMCA too, despite not being officially available in English. Yeah, that's the thing. Some of the manga that got DMCA takedown is like they don't have official releases, which is what upsets a bunch of people. But then again, most of the mangas that I translate actually don't have official English release, and I still got it. And I lost my Facebook page because of that. Like, Dang. It sucks. But what are you gonna do about it? That's the thing. Uh, so yeah. Chances are, my prediction is that a lot of people are going to jump ship from MangaDex or just move on, stay where they are. Uh, I, for one, probably am not going to jump ship, mostly because uh, most of the mangas that I do hasn't gotten hit yet. So I'm probably going to still upload there. What else? Yeah, I'm still going to upload over at MangaDex. Because the only ones that got hit by the DMCA are those that I already finished and just the one shot. Like, only after they got hit by the DMCA, I will try to find another way. Mostly, I'll just upload it over at my Patreon page or just post it on my Discord because some of those mangas are even like based on, not official release yet, but then again, some of those are actually a part of translation commission. Speaking of which, I'm probably going to post those chapters, the commission chapters, next month. Just remind me at the beginning of the week, beginning of the month to actually upload it. So yeah, on that very sour note, time to break more DMCA. Time to break more DMCA notice. Luckily, the mangas that we're about to translate is not actually, it's not actually got DMCA yet, so we're good in that front. Yeah. So what manga are we going to translate tonight? Well, tonight we are translating Corseltel no Jutsushi Koryo Monogatari, which is the manga that I've been... Yeah. So here's the funny story. I got commissioned to do a different manga, and through my coffee page, right? And instead of translating that, I am actually translating that. I just got started this week, but I haven't been able to do it because I was busy with work stuff, and I am because I was preparing to leave to go to the city. Instead, I translated this volume of Corseltel no Jutsushi Monogatari, the entire volume, in like 2 days. I spent 2 days translating the entire volume instead of, working on the commission. I am so sorry to the person who commissioned me. It's just that I just finished, like, over this past 30 days, I translated like over 3 volumes of manga, and I was feeling so burnt out, so I decided to translate another manga. Procrastination. Just... Yeah. So anyway, let's put on some music, shall we? And my media request isn't available. God dang it. Music control, media share, media requests. Yeah, dang it, my media requests. Come on, man. Alright, I guess we're not doing music tonight. Oh, yeah, speaking of which. So yeah, guys, feel free to provide me with some distraction. Yeah, I cannot believe Kamen Rider Spirits. Like, wait, which one? The original Kamen Rider Spirits or Shin Kamen Rider Spirits? Because I remember that. Is there even any people who translate Kamen Rider Spirits? The original one. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know about this. We're probably going to either translate one chapter and then we're gonna move on to ASMR book club. Yeah, because apparently, as a result, explanation of part 1, 2, and part 3 of the manga were lost. That's a shame. I mean, I don't exactly read Kamen Rider Spirits, but I know, like, some people who actually like it. Like, my friends IRL who reads it. It's just that, I don't know, mangas that publish in monthly shonen magazine, most of them has lost their appeal to me ever since Noragami concluded. So basically, Kamen Rider Spirit expanded retelling of Kamen Rider ZX story. Yes, I already know what the story is about, but feel free to tell for people in the chat. Filter, select, color range. Alright, and select, grow, nope. Select, and not color range. Is it grow? No. What do you call it? Not content aware filter. That's not the ones that we need. Similar transform selection, focus area, the select inverse. Oh, there it is. Expand by 5 pixel. And just let's lose this. Let's lose this. Lose this one as well. And lose this. Because we still want to keep the small detail. And then select Oh no, wait. You can just immediately just right click and content aware fill. And okay. Ta-da! I learned that from thank you, Facebook videos. Yeah. So I've been watching like a lot of Photoshop tutorials on Facebook videos. For some reason, it is the thing that keeps popping on my Facebook feed. And let me tell you, it has been very useful. Like I just keep getting like recommended videos about how to remove watermark and how to say put textures on object, like put pictures in a product mock-up for like merchandising and stuff, for making like mock-up for merchandise. And I say it has been pretty entertaining. The one thing that I hate though is that they would put like original song where it's very obvious it was made by Suno AI because of how cheerful it is and how they keep repeating the, I don't know, it's just like it feels like AI generated. It feels very corporate and I don't know, it feels like very insincere. Yeah, we're probably just going to do one chapter after all. Because I don't want to upset the people who commissioned me. And also I do need to sleep soon. Because yeah, it is 6-hour road trip on a motorcycle tomorrow. Chapter 55. Speaking of which, I still haven't get on my Grammarly to upload the script. Yeah, we do need to play some music, but why is my media request is not turning on? Why OBS? Why? Why Stream Elements? Why are you doing this? General story. Then we need to position this in a way that masks our cleaning attempt. Yep, just like that. Don't tell anyone. It'll be our secret. Now, about this character's name. Going solo once.livejournal.com. Dang it. I'll do this page later. We don't have time, god dang it. I wanted to sleep. Now I just very tempted to just not translate a manga and just do the ASMR reading club. You know what? Let's put that onto vote. I'm not sure how many of you are watching right now. Pretty sure not much, but what do you say, chat? Keep translating or do ASMR book reading. Which is, now that I think about it, it's not actually ASMR at all. Yeah, I watched the footage I watched the footage from the stream that apparently I messed up. I messed up with the EQ. Oh, it is raining. I don't think we can do the ASMR. Unless you want some rain in a cafe sort of situation. All right, nobody is voting yet. Lol. Nobody voted. Alright, I guess we'll just keep going. Welcome to the part of the stream where it's just complete silent. I cannot put on music because my media request is broken. Yeah, like literally. I can't even play it. I can't even hit play on my OBS. Like, what's going on? Come on, man. Although I could just like put on something on the background. Hold on. What should we put on music too? You know what? We're doing a... Yeah, let's just do Breath of Fire again. Breath of Fire 4 OST. God, I just love Breath of Fire for soundtrack. Oh, you know what? Let's shake things up a little bit. Let's not do Breath of Fire. Let's do uh, Wild Arms. Oh, I love this fucking soundtrack. I love this opening. Do 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 do. Ow. Hey, overhealing. Yeah, I'm done venting about the DMCA stuff. I wanted to put a song request, but my media request on OBS seems to be having an issue, so I cannot put like song requests. Sorry, but no no music distraction. Although I did get distracted trying to pick the music. Song request, yeah, unfortunately I can't. Yeah, it's not working today. So I'm just putting the entire soundtrack of Wild Arms from PS1. Yeah, it feels bad. Yeah, I haven't listened to Wild Arms soundtrack in a while. Yeah, it's been like 1.5 decades. Again, Wild Arms opening is unarguably one of the best JRPG opening for PS1 of all time. What change it to what's the Sigma? Oh no! I remember I still have I forgot. Well, to be fair, I still haven't uploaded the chapter from last year yet. From last week yet. Dang it. What? The Sigma? Alright, let's do it. TN, my chat forced me to do this. Yep. Man, I should really play Wild Arms again. I haven't gotten so far. I haven't gotten far with the game when I originally played it. Yeah, you know what? I'm increasing that shit. I'm increasing the redeem for that shit. I'm giving you guys too much power with that. You have too much power. Or you know what? I'm making it. I'm turning it into a bit. Yeah, you know what? Screw that. Yeah, or you know what? Let's do it. Dang it, I cannot change it from channel points to bits. I'll do it later. with a suitable soundtrack with that. Ha 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 ha! You will never change the line ever again. Oh, one voice. No, you will never, ever change my manga ever again. I will exploit my exploiting my weakness, my broke ass. I will protect the timeline. Oh, I love this soundtrack. I believe this is Yuna's. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here you go. Enjoy. My put in for extra brain rot. Which is not very far off because I've seen a screenshot from from Indonesian national TV where it's a children pageant, and the way they put it is that who is the biggest Sigma kid, like literally. Well, where is the acara TV Sigma kid? Yeah, there we go. Like, fuck, dude. Yeah, it's on Instagram. Let me show it to you. It's a children talent show. Oops, that's the wrong. Here we go. Yeah. So this was made by Indosiar, one of the biggest Indonesian TV station, and it's a children talent show. And the fact that all these 3 children apparently already has like Instagram account, like what the fuck? Yeah, you see this? 3 Sigma kid. God dang it. Have you seen that one American politician that gave a Gen Z speech? No, I have not. Like, oh, what the fuck, Indosiar? You guys used to be like the GOAT national TV channel. Now you're just like, you're either a talent show or you're just a freaking Hallmark movies, just showing that back to back. Looking it up on YouTube. Oh no. This is such a brain rot. Thank God my TV has been broken for the past 6 months. Oh no, what is this? Anyway, one of my favorite things to do in Wild Arms is that there is like a dash button in Wild Arms where if you just keep holding it, and then you can like just bang into a wall. And it was so fun, and the effects is so funny. Skibidi Senator. Oh no. Let me see this. What the fuck is this thing?
Today I rise to address an oft-forgotten segment of our society. I speak of Generation Z, who will be playing a substantial role in the next election, and Generation Alpha, who will start to come of age the election after. It is for this reason that I shall now render the remainder of my statement using language they're familiar with. To the Sigmas of Australia, I say that this goofy-air government have been capping, not just now but for a long time. A few of you may remember when they said there'll be no phantom tax under the government I lead. They're capaholics. They're also yapaholics. They yap non-stop about how their cost of living measures are changing lives for all Australians. Just put the fries in the bag, lil bro. They tell us that they're locked in on improving the housing situation in this country. They must have brain rot from watching too much Kai Cenat and forgot about their plans to ban social media for kids under 14. If that becomes law, you can forgo skull emoji all about watching Duke Dennis or catching a dub with the bros on Fort. Chat, is this Prime Minister serious? Even though he's the Prime Minister of Australia, sometimes it feels like he's the CEO of Ohio. I would be taking an L if I did not mention the ops who want to cut WA's GATS and service tax.
Oh my god.
The decision voters will be making in a few months' time will be between a mid-government, a dog opposition, or a crossbench that will mob both of them. Though some of you cannot yet vote, I hope when you do, it will be in a more goated Australia for a government with more aura. Skibbity.
Oh my god. Oh, I felt that. That's I got hit by 15 psychic damage from that vicious mockery. Like, that's a vicious mockery right there. The worst part is I could understand her like 100%. No cap. Yeah, the fact that I could understand that. Imagine having featured lawyers at court speaks like this. Your Honor, he's capping. I mean, to be fair, it's not like a slippery slope of Gen Z slangs and Twitch lingo. And the fact that she delivered that with sincerity as well. I mean, I can appreciate the hustle, but damn, that is cringe. Just Fatima Payman. And the fact that she's delivering it on the Australian government, which is one of the most lobbied parliament in the entire South Oceania region, too. I mean, they must be very desperate to appeal the law. I mean, what was the issue again for what? What was she appealing here? We're the Walmart bros. Of course, we're gonna increase the tariffs by 10%, no cap. Yeah, hold on. Let me listen to that again.
My statement using language they're familiar with. To the Sigmas of Australia, I say that this goofy air government have been capping, not just now but for a long time. A few of you may remember when they said there'll be no phantom tax under the government I lead. They're capaholics. They're also yapaholics. They yap non-stop about how their cost of living measures are changing lives for all Australians. Just put the fries in the bag, lil bro. They tell us that they're locked in on improving the housing situation in this country. They must have brain rot from watching too much Kai Cenat and forgot about their plans to ban social media for kids under 14. If that becomes law, you can forgo skull emoji all about watching Duke Dennis or catching a dub with the bros on Fort. Chat, is this Prime Minister serious? Even though he's the Prime Minister of Australia, sometimes it feels like he's the CEO of
what was your
Ohio.
point here?
I would be taking an L if I did not mention the ops who want to cut WA's GATS and services tax. The decision voters will be making in a few months' time
Promised tax
will be
breaks that didn't
between
happen
a
and increasing cost of living.
a
This is the
dog-water
Prime Minister.
opposition, or a crossbench that will mog both of them. Though some of you cannot yet vote, I hope when you do, it will be in a more goated Australia for a government with more aura. Skibbity.
Yeah, like what is the issue that you wanted to bring here? because this feels like a distraction. Like she decided to slip in some of the points that she wanted to do here, and the fact that she's using the Gen Z Gen Z lang is she's just trying to it feels like she's just masking the issue. I feel like she couldn't find a way to insert Skibidi, so just use it at the end. I mean, you can put Skibidi Riz in the. I feel like she can put the Skibidi Riz in the middle of that, and it won't change any point of her statement, which was the bare minimum. She just wanted to recall the prime minister. She just wanted to call out the prime minister for their promise during the election, but that's it. She's just pointing out the flaws and not providing the solution. I think that's just like she might be just presenting the case at the beginning of the debate, but this highlight isn't enough for us to see what she's trying to appeal in. She's trying to connect the next generation of voters. I mean, maybe. Yeah, but on what, though? Oh, on this is from last year. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I heard the fact she used all the terms correctly too. Yeah, but to be fair, that's the thing. She also uses the term correctly. Like she used the terms of capping, like yapping, and gyat. God dang. But this is like a perfect reminder why I don't use like Gen Z language. She basically said, "We're cooked, lil homie. This goofy government capping you better vote wisely when you grow up, skibidi." Yeah, I guess that's basically mainly her point. But at least, like, to be fair, it could have been worse. We could have had, she could have done like on the opposite effect, which is Hillary Clinton telling people to Pokemon Go to the polls. Yeah, the worst thing that could happen is that she will pull Hillary Clinton. But anyway, I guess that's enough of that distraction. Ooh, World of Curiosity remix. Not a mega fan, but Trump literally putting fries in the bag is fucking hilarious. One of my favorite soundtrack of a game that I never play. Have you not seen that man go to McDonald's drive-thru and literally put fries in the bag? No, I have not. He wore a uniform and everything. And then what? Is that where the meme came from? Is that where the phrase came from? You work in the McDonald's drive-thru. I hope the music isn't way too loud or anything. I love this remix. Talking fruit player riffing like he has infinite air in the lungs. Yeah, like dang. God, I love ML Chronicle Online, even though I never played it. By the time I played it, the server's already down. I mean, the private server does still exist, but by the time I start playing it, oh, you know what? I would really love to see Flute Guy from TGA, the Game Awards, doing a rendition of this. A rendition of this remix. Also, some promo part of my memory ignited. For some reason, I remember Indo crossword. I don't remember how. I know it just popped in my head. Which one? Macam pop. Dude. I've never... Now I'm just curious, how did you come to learn about that? Yeah, don't never use that to any Indonesians. I don't remember how I know it. And it's better if you don't know what it means. I mean, the literal translation is not that bad, but in Indonesian context, you will get stabbed. You will get stabbed if you say that to any Indonesian people. I know what it means. Oh, you should. You should. And you should feel bad for calling people that. Even if it's justified. Yeah, there's a dance remix. Is this still the same? No, yeah, it's still the same. Ingrove remix. Can't wait to talk to my distant cousin. Also, the fact that all this soundtrack in ML Chronicle Online, you can actually just rip it from the game files. And I'm fucked. Yeah, you are. Why don't we just say what's that? Baboika? I said it and then suddenly the stream got cut off because I got banned from Twitch. It's a translate version. Ah. I can say it with anyone knowing. Yeah, still not gonna say it. What? Mostly because I absolutely have no reason to call someone by that kind of name. Because mostly if I call someone by names, I will actually mean it. Yeah, which is why I don't speak so much. Because if I try to insult someone, it's for real. It would be funny going to stab is getting stabbed is a minor risk. Not if you're Indonesian. Especially if you're Middle Indonesian. Because they won't because it's not a stab per se. They're going to actually cut you down. I know that because I was in a fist fight once back in middle school for that exact reason. Heck, I burned a bridge with another content creator because of that. I got in physical altercation with another content creator because of that. Good thing I can hide behind a screen. Yeah, try to say that in their face. Which I did. And let me tell you, you will get stabbed. Not stabbed, but you will end up in a hospital if you try to do that to an Indonesian. Not in hospital, but police will get involved in one way or another. If I say that in Mindanao, I'd probably get stabbed. Yeah, exactly. you're and then you turn to Joker. You wanna know how I got this scar? I live in Luzon though. I do not know where that is. My geography is not the best. Philippines is grouped into 3 islands groups: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Oh! Yeah, I don't look at map very much because I don't go outside. Luzon is the biggest one and where the capital is located. Visayas is the middle part and literally are just islands. And right on time, I got an email from Spotify. Mindanao is the second biggest island. That place gets a little bit dangerous. Oh no, it started getting a bit laggy. I learned something new today. Yeah, you know what? After this page, we're gonna move on to SMR book club. I want to learn something new today. Give me more curse word. Absolutely not. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the text here, and then we're gonna fix that later. I'd give credit as my teacher. No. I might be a teacher, but that's not what I wanted to use the knowledge for. How are you so fluent in Indonesian? It's because I learned from Nanatan. He taught me all the slurs I know. That's how you lose your internet privilege. That's a one reassured way how to lose your internet privilege. I'm just continuing the tradition. The first thing you learn about new language is the curse word. True. The fact that I cannot deny it. Alright, that's the end of that. So we're gonna move on to actual SMR book club. But which book should we read? Should we do the continuation of the last chapter that we read? Karl Marx Communist Manifesto. Unfortunately, that's actually on my brother's Kindle, and it's in the city. I don't actually have that book. The complete Twilight Saga. Actually, my boss actually had that. Oh, The Great Gatsby is a good one, but and I do have the physical copies, courtesy of my students. But it's at my lab. I left that there. Bro, one time I got an ad for shopping app and the link to buy main comp. That is hilarious. That is funny. Alright. So we are going to set game ASMR. Set game ASMR. Set title. Set title. ASMR book club. The subtle art of not giving a. We need ASMR book read of the Bible. I would love to do an ASMR reading of the Quran. Actually, I would love to do that. Probably for the next Ramadan. It's gonna be in Japanese. What, the Quran? You actually cannot do that. Like that's actually like Muslim law illegal. All right, it is now connected. And let me turn this off. Now reading. The subtle art of not giving a fuck and turning off this microphone. And turning up this microphone. Okay, check. Can anyone hear me? How's my voice? ASMR 50 Shades. Okay, that's actually hilarious. Alright, so let me do a mic testing for a little bit. Mic testing. Check. 1 2 1 2. Alright, now hold on, let me do a little bit test. Does my soft whisper voice makes your nipple hard? Oh yes. Yes, chat. How's it going? Hey, how's it going? Let me jangle my keys a little bit in front of you. I'm hard as algebra right now. Alright, so before that, let me put my tub of Vaseline into my mouth, which is actually a thing that I do before start the stream. I'm arriving. Yeah, just gonna rub that Vaseline into my mouth, into my lips. I do not know how that will actually sound. Because my lips, my crusty lips does not make any sounds at all. Alright, so let me switch to Okay, I'm actually rooted out with a lip smack. ASMR in general, I don't get. The thing about ASMR general is that they try, you know, that feeling of someone blowing behind your ear, just, and that you have that sense of tingling. It's what they're trying to achieve by accessing a certain frequency. Now, however, I am using a cheap method of ASMR. I'm single cis bird. I don't get what you're trying to say. Yeah. So ASMR is that auditory feeling that you get by having a soft whisper in your ear. It's to make you a little bit more calm and be more assured and be more aware of your surroundings. It is like auditory sensory thing, and it's just those sound that you don't usually get from like a conventional drama or audio. I just played 10 hours of white noise or storm noise. I mean, it's kind of in the same nature, just, you know, today's ASMR is people put it in like a focusing on role playing, but for me is that I'm trying to do my softest voice as possible. I do plan on getting a second microphone so I could say start because currently I am using my wireless microphone, so I can get much more closer to my lips without affecting the filters of my current microphone. My SMR is the free version of the Apocalypse the Second World War on YouTube. I have watched that documentary a ton and use it on bus rides and when I sleep. That's I should probably check that out. Apocalypse the Second World War. Okay. Anyway, I've been wanting to so currently I'm using my Takara wireless microphone and it's only one set, so the audio that you're listening is just a mono sound, but it's pretty much even. If I can raise enough money, I'm thinking of getting a second one, like getting a second wireless mic so I could put it on stereo, right? Just put it on one mic to the left, one mic to the right, and just getting that stereo surround sound. Right now I cannot do it because I only have one mic on one channel. The Takara Intro X3 actually has two mics, but they all on the same mono channel, so I cannot have that spatial surround sound. Anyway, the last time where we left off, we just finished chapter 1, and now we are about to read the second chapter. So everyone, put your headphones on. Yeah, because the last time I did this, I put my filter on this mic so hard that this is my current whispering voice. So even though I whisper, my filter make it so that it's just my normal speaking volume. So it basically rendered the ASMR completely moot. Alright, and now I just turn off any of the filters, so you can actually hear like the soft rain sound that came from outside of my house. Can you actually hear this really sizzling voice? Let me try to increase the volume here. Can I? think that's pretty much it. Whisper check please on my ear. Check please. Check please. Hey, how's it going? Could you give me your check? Oh wait, hold on, I could do this. Wait, what? Huh. Apparently, this USB mic is not stereo, it's like mono in general. Like I can't put I literally cannot change the left or right. I can change the panning. Oh, let me see, audio move. Nope, that's the wrong filter. Gain, limiter, EQ, compressor, downward expander, no. Let me see, what do I have plugin? Never mind. Yeah, I wanted to do like a whisper with just panning to the right and just whisper to your ears to make it like actual whispering sound, but apparently I cannot do that. But anyway, we've at this for long enough. So, let's begin. Chapter 2. Happiness is a problem. About 2,500 years ago, in the Himalayan foothills of present-day Nepal, there lived in a great palace a king who was going to have a son. For this son, the king had a particularly grand idea. He would make the child's life perfect. The child would never know a moment of suffering. Every need, every desire will be accounted for at all times. The king built high walls around the palace that prevented the prince from knowing the outside world. He spoiled the child, lavishing him with food and gifts, surrounding him with servants who catered to his every whim, and just as planned, the child grew up ignorant of the routine cruelties of human existence. All of the prince's childhood went on like this, but despite the endless luxury and opulence, the prince became kind of a pissed-off young man. Soon, every experience felt empty and valueless. The problem was that, no matter what his father gave him, it never seemed enough, never meant anything. So late one night, the prince snuck out of the palace to see what was beyond its walls. He had a servant drive him through the local village, and what he saw horrified him. We need to hold that for 1 second so I could grab something. VR tool, no, VTubing tools, XR animator, accessories, gesture controls. Where is it? Scenes, there we go. Props, book, there we go. Drop it. Okay. Oh wait, what's the props? Do I have book? Oh, there we go. Show height. What is the gesture for book? To use gesture list. Place your right hand on your left chest and stick out the index and middle finger horizontally. Right hand on my left chest. Okay. Is it? Dang it! Press and ripple like into your. Okay, that doesn't work. Oh, uh, index and middle finger. There we go. Haha. Unfortunately, it's not the actual cover of the book. Throwing up the gang sign to summon a book is crazy. So anyway, let's continue. For the first time in his life, the prince saw human suffering. He saw sick people, old people, homeless people, people in pain, even people dying. The prince returned to the palace and found himself in a sort of existential crisis. Not knowing how to process what he'd seen, he got all emo about everything and complained a lot. And, as is so typical of a young man, the prince ended up blaming his father for the very things his father had tried to do for him. It was the riches, the prince thought, that had made him so miserable, that had made life seem so meaningless. He decided to run away. But the prince was more like his father than he knew. He had grand ideas too. He wouldn't just run away, no. He would give up his royalty, his family, and all of his possessions and live in the streets, sleeping in dirt like an animal. There, he would starve himself, torture himself, and beg for scraps of food from strangers for the rest of his life. The next night, the prince snuck out of the palace again, this time never to return. For years he lived as a bum, a discarded and forgotten remnant of society, the dog-shaped cake to the bottom of the social totem pole. And as planned, the prince suffered greatly. He suffered through disease, hunger, pain, loneliness, and decay. He confronted the brink of death itself, often limited to eating a single nut each day. A few years went by, then a few more, and then nothing happened. The prince began to notice that this life of suffering wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. It wasn't bringing him the insight he had desired. It wasn't revealing any deeper mystery of the world or its ultimate purpose. No. I need to... Yeah, that's much better. In fact, the prince came to know what the rest of us has always kind of known, that suffering totally sucks. And it's not necessarily that meaningful either. As with being rich, there is no value in suffering when it's done without purpose. And soon, the Gregory. And soon, the prince came to the conclusion that his grand idea, like his father's, was in fact a fucking terrible idea, and he should probably go do something else instead. Totally confused, the prince cleaned himself up and went and found a big tree near a river. He decided that he would sit under that tree and not get up until he came up with another grand idea. As the legend goes, the confused prince sat under that tree for 49 days. We won't delve into the biological viability of sitting in the same spot for 49 days, but let's just say that in that time, the prince came to a number of profound realizations. One of those realizations was this: that life itself is a form of suffering. The rich suffer because of their riches. The poor suffer because of their poverty. People without a family suffer because they have no family. People with a family suffer because of their family. People who pursue worldly pleasures suffer because of their worldly pleasures. People who abstain from worldly pleasure suffer because of their abstention. This isn't to say that all suffering is equal. Some suffering is certainly more painful than other suffering, but we all must suffer nonetheless. This isn't to say that, oh wait, I already read that. Years later, the prince would build his own philosophy and share it with the world, and this would be its first and central tenet, that pain and loss are inevitable, and we should let go of trying to resist them. The prince would later become known as the Buddha, and in case you haven't heard of him, he was kind of a big deal. There is a premise that underlies a lot of assumptions and beliefs. The premise is that happiness is algorithmic, that it can be worked for and earned and achieved as if it were getting accepted to a law school or building a really complicated Lego set. If I achieve X, then I can be happy. If I look like Y, then I can be happy. If I can be with a person like Z, then I can be happy. This premise, though, is the problem. Happiness is not a solvable equation. Dissatisfaction and unease are inherent parts of human nature and, as we'll see, necessary components to creating consistent happiness. The Buddha argued this from a theological and philosophical perspective. I will make the same argument in this chapter, but I will make it in a form of a biological perspective, and with pandas. The Misadventures of Disappointed Panda. If I could invent a superhero, I would invent the one called Disappointment Panda. He'd wear a cheesy eye mask and a shirt with a giant capital T on it. That was way too small for his big panda belly, and his superpower would be to tell people harsh truths about themselves that they needed to hear but didn't want to accept. He would go door to door like a Bible salesman and ring doorbells and say things like, "Sure, making a lot of money makes you feel good, but it would make your kids love you." Or, if you have to ask yourself if you trust your wife, then you probably don't. Or, what you consider friendship is really just your constant attempts to impress people, then he'd tell the homeowner to have a nice day and saunter off down to the next house. It would be awesome and sick and sad and uplifting and necessary. After all, the great truths in life are usually the most unpleasant to hear. Disappointment Panda would be the hero that none of us would want, but all of us would need. He'd be proverbial vegetables to our mental diet of junk food. He'd make our lives better, despite making all of us feel worse. He'd make us stronger by tearing us down, brighten our future by showing us the darkness. Listening to him would be like watching a movie where the hero dies in the end. You'll love it even more despite making you feel horrible because it feels real. So while we're here, allow me to put on my disappointed panda mask and drop another unpleasant truth on you. We suffer for the simple reason that suffering is biologically useful. It is nature's preferred agent for inspiring change. We have evolved to always live with a certain degree of dissatisfaction and insecurity because it's the mildly dissatisfied and insecure creature that's going to do the most work to innovate and survive. We are wired to become dissatisfied with whatever we have and dissatisfied with only what we do not have. This constant dissatisfaction has kept our species fighting and striving, building and conquering. So no, our own pain and misery aren't a bug of human evolution, they're a feature. Pain, in all of its forms, is our body's most effective means of spurring action. Take something as simple as stubbing your toe. If you're like me, when you stub your toe, you scream enough four-letter word to make Pope Francis cry. You also probably blame some poor inanimate object for your suffering. Stupid table, as you say. Or maybe you even go as far as to question your entire interior design philosophy based on your throbbing foot. What kind of an idiot puts a table there anyway? Seriously. But I digress. That horrible stubbed toe-induced pain, the one you and I and the Pope hate so much, exists for an important reason. Physical pain is a product of our nervous system, a feedback mechanism to give us a sense of our own physical proportions, where we can and cannot move, and what we can and cannot touch. When we exceed those limits, our nervous system duly punishes us to make sure that we pay attention and never do it again. And this pain, as much as we hate it, is useful. Pain is what teaches us what to pay attention to when we're young or careless. It helps us show what's good for us versus what's bad for us. It helps us understand and adhere to our own limitations. It teaches us not to fuck around near hot stoves or stick metal objects into metal electrical sockets. Therefore, it's not always beneficial to avoid pain and seek pleasure, since pain can, at times, be life or death important to our well-being. But pain is not merely physical. As anyone who has to sit through the first Star Wars prequel can tell you, we humans are capable of experiencing acute psychological pain as well. In fact, research has found that our brains don't register much difference between physical pain and psychological pain. So when I tell you that my first girlfriend cheating on me and leaving me felt like having an ice pick slowly inserted into the center of my heart, that's because, well, it hurt so much I may as well had an ice pick slowly inserted into the center of my heart. Alright, so an ad break is coming. We are going to take a little bit bio break. Ooh, forgot about that ASMR water drinking. Hold on, let me try that again. Yeah, fresh water straight from the water dispenser. Water dispenser! Not sponsored. But must be on if you're listening, and I'm sure you do. Please sponsor me. And we are back. Welcome back. How was the ad? I hope you are looking at the ad for the trailer of, say, Final Destination Bloodlines. I really want to watch that movie, but I sort of use all of my current money to fix my motorcycle for the road trip tomorrow. And I sort of kind of spoiled myself on the ending by going through the wiki page of the Final Destination movie. Yeah, I sort of spoiled myself of the ending. Like, dang it, shouldn't have done that. I should have gone to the theaters, but I'm not sure if they actually air it and they actually screen it on my local theater. Anyway, that sucks. Back to the book. Like physical pain, like physical pain, our psychological pain is an indication of something out of equilibrium, some limitation that has been exceeded. And like our physical pain, our psychological pain is not necessarily always bad or even undesirable. In some cases, experiencing emotional and psychological pain can be healthy or necessary. Just like stubbing our toe teaches us to walk into fewer tables, the emotional pain of rejection or failure teaches us how to avoid making the same mistakes in the future. And this is what's so dangerous about society that coddles itself more and more from the inevitable discomforts of life. We lose the benefits of experiencing healthy doses of pain, a loss that disconnects us from the reality of the world around us. You may salivate at the thought of a problem-free life full of everlasting happiness and eternal compassion, but back here on Earth, the problems never cease. Seriously, problems don't end. Disappointment Panda just dropped by. Disappointment Panda just dropped by. We had margaritas. He told me all about it. Problems never fucking go away, he said. They just improve. Warren Buffett's got money problems. The drunk hobo down at Quickie Mart's got money problems. Buffett's just got better money problems than the hobo. All of life is like this. Life is essentially an endless series of problems, Mark, the panda told me. He sipped his drink and adjusted the little pink umbrella. The solution to one problem is merely the creation of the next one. The moment passed, and then I wondered where the fuck the talking panda came from. And while we're at it, who made these margaritas? Don't hope for a life without problems, the panda said. There's no such thing. Instead, hope for a life full of good problems. And with that, he set his glass down, adjusted his sombrero, and sauntered off into the sunset. Happiness comes from solving problems. Problems are a constant in life. When you solve your health problem by buying a gym membership, you created new problems, like having to get up early to get to the gym on time, sweating like a madhead for 30 minutes on an elliptical, and then getting showered and changed for work so you don't stink up the whole office. When you solve your problem of not spending enough time with your partner by designating Wednesday date night, you generate new problems, such as figuring out of what to do every Wednesday that you both won't hate, making sure you have enough time for nice dinners, rediscovering the chemistry and spark you two felt you've lost, and unraveling the logistics of fucking in a small bathtub filled with too many bubbles. Problems never stops. They merely get exchanged or upgraded. Happiness comes from solving problems. The key word here is solving. If you're avoiding your problems or feel like you don't have any problems, then you're going to make yourself miserable. If you feel like you have problems that you can't solve, you will likewise make yourself miserable. The secret sauce is in the solving of the problems, not in not having the problems in the first place. To be happy, we need something to solve. Happiness is therefore a form of action. It's an activity, not something that is passively bestowed upon you, not something that you magically discover in the top 10 articles of the Huffington Post or from any specific guru or teacher. It doesn't magically appear when you finally make enough money to add on that extra room on the house. You don't find it waiting for you in a place, an idea, a job, or even a book for that matter. Happiness is a constant work in progress. Because solving problems is a constant work in progress, the solution to today's problem will lay the foundation for tomorrow's problems, and so on. True happiness occurs only when you find the problems you enjoy having and enjoy solving. Sometimes those problems are simple: eating good food, traveling to some new place, winning at new video game you just bought. Other times, those problems are abstract and complicated. Fixing your relationship with your mother, finding a career you can feel good about, developing new friendships. Whatever your problems are, the concept is the same: solve problems. Be happy. Unfortunately, for many people, life doesn't feel that simple. That's because they fuck up things in at least one of two ways. One, denial. Some people deny that their problems exist in the first place, and because they deny reality, they must constantly dilute or distract themselves from reality. This may make them feel good in the short terms, but it leads to a life of insecurity, neuroticism, and emotional repression. 2. Victim mentality. Some chose to believe that there is nothing they can do to solve their problems, even when they in fact could. Victims seek to blame others for their problems or blame outside circumstances. This may make them feel better in the short term, but it leads to a life of anger, helplessness, and despair. Side note, I might be on the latter category. Alright, continue. People deny and blame others for their problems for the simple reason that it's easy and feels good, while solving problems is hard and often feels bad. Forms of blame and denial give us a quick high. They are a way to temporarily escape our problems, and that escape can provide us a quick rush that makes us feel better. Highs come in many forms, whether it's a substance like alcohol, the moral righteousness that comes from blaming others, or the thrill of some new risky adventures. Highs are shallow and unproductive ways to go about one's life. Much of the self-help world is predicated on peddling highs to people rather than solving legitimate problems. Many self-help gurus teach you your new forms of denial and pump you up with exercises that feel good on the short term while ignoring the underlying issue. Remember, nobody who is actually happy has to stand in front of a mirror and tell himself that he's happy. Highs also generate addiction. The more you rely on them to feel better about your underlying problems, the more you will seek them out. In this sense, almost anything can become addictive, depending on the motivation behind using it. We all have our chosen methods to numb the pain of our problems, and in moderate doses, there is something wrong with this. But the longer we avoid and the longer we numb, the more painful it will be when we finally do confront our issues. Emotions are overrated. Emotions evolve for one specific purpose: to help us live, and reproduce a little bit better. That's it. They're feedback mechanisms telling us that something is either likely right or likely wrong with us. Nothing more, nothing less. Much as the pain of touching a hot stove teaches you not to touch it again, the sadness of being alone teaches you not to do the things that made you feel so alone again. Emotions are simply biological signals designed to nudge you in the direction of beneficial change. Look, I don't mean to make light of your midlife crisis or the fact that your drunk dad stole your new bike when you were 8 years old and you still haven't gotten over it. But when it comes down to it, if you feel crappy, it's because your brain is telling you that there's a problem that's unaddressed or unresolved. In other words, negative emotions are a call to action. When you feel them, it's because you're supposed to do something. Positive emotion, on the other hand, are rewards for taking the proper action. When you feel them, life seems simple and there is nothing else to do but enjoy it. Then, like everything else, the positive emotions go away because more problems inevitably emerge. Emotions are part of the equation of our lives, but not the entire equation. Just because something feels good doesn't mean it is good. Just because something feels bad doesn't mean it is bad. Emotions are merely signposts, suggestions that our neurobiology gives us, not commandments. Therefore, we shouldn't always trust our own emotions. In fact, I believe we should make a habit of questioning them. Many people are taught to repress their emotions for various personal, social, or cultural reasons, particularly negative emotions. Sadly, to deny one's negative emotions is to deny many of the feedback mechanisms that help a person solve problems. As a result, many of these repressed individuals struggle to deal with problems throughout their lives. And if they can't solve problems, then they can't be happy. Remember, pain serves a purpose. But then there are those people who over-identify with their emotions. Everything is justified for no other reason than they felt it. Ooh, I broke your windshield, but I was really mad. I couldn't help it. Or, I dropped out of school windshield. Oh wait, I dropped out of school and moved to Alaska just because it felt right. Decision making based on emotional intuition without the aid of reason to keep it in line pretty much always sucks. You know who bases their entire lives on their emotions? 3-year-old kids and dogs. You know what else 3-year-old and dogs do? Shit on the carpet. An obsession and overinvestment in emotion fails us for the simple reason that emotions never last. Whatever makes us happy today will no longer make us happy tomorrow because our biology always needs something more. A fixation on happiness inevitably amounts to a never-ending pursuit of something else. A new house, a new relationship, another child, another pay raise. And despite all of our sweat and strain, we end up feeling eerily similar to how we started, inadequate. Psychologists sometimes refer to this concept as the hedonic treadmill. The idea that we're always working hard to change our life situation, but we actually never feel very different. This is why our problems are recursive and unavoidable. The person you marry is the person you fight with. The house you buy is the house you repair. The dream job you take is the job you stress over. Everything comes with an inherent sacrifice. Whatever makes us feel good will also inevitably make us feel bad. What we gain is also what we lose. What creates our positive experience will define our negative experiences. This is a difficult pill to swallow. We like the idea that there are some form of ultimate happiness that can be attained. We like the idea that we can alleviate all of our suffering permanently. We like the idea that we can feel fulfilled and satisfied with our lives forever. But we cannot. Choose your struggles. If I ask you, what do you want out of life? And you say something like, I want to be happy and have a great family and a job I like. Your response is so common and expected that it doesn't mean anything. Everybody enjoys what feels good. Everyone wants to live a carefree, happy, and easy life, to fall in love and have amazing sex and relationship, to look perfect and make money, and be popular and well respected and admired, and a total baller to the point that people part like the Red Sea and when they walked into the room. Everybody wants that. It's easy to want that. A more interesting question, a question that most people never consider is, what pain do you want in your life? What are you willing to struggle for? Because that seems to be a greater determinant of how our lives turn out. For example, most people want to get the corner office and make a boatload of money, but not many people want to suffer through 60-hour work weeks, long commutes, obnoxious paperwork, and arbitrary corporate hierarchies to escape the confines of an infinite cubicle hell. Most people want to have great sex and awesome relationship, but not everyone is willing to go through the tough conversations, the awkward silence, the hurt feelings, and the emotional psychodrama to get there. And so they settle. They settle and wonder, what if? For years and years, until the questions morph from what if into what else. And when the lawyers go home and the alimony checks is in the mail, they say, what for? If not for their lowered standards and expectation 20 years prior, then what for? Because happiness requires struggle. It grows from problems. Joy doesn't just sprout out of the ground like daisies and rainbows. Real, serious, lifelong fulfillment and meaning have to be earned through the choosing and managing of our struggles. Whether you suffer from anxiety or loneliness or excessive compulsive disorder or a dickhead boss who ruins half of your waking hours every day, the solution lies in the acceptance and active engagement of that negative experience, not the avoidance of it, not the salvation from it. People want an amazing physique, but you don't end up with one unless you legitimately appreciate the pain and physical stress that come with living inside a gym for hour upon hour, unless you love calculating and calibrating the food you eat, planning your life out in tiny plate-sized portions. People want to start their own business, but you don't end up a successful entrepreneur unless you find a way to appreciate the risk, the uncertainty, the repeated failures, the insane hour devoted to something that may earn absolutely nothing. People want a partner, a spouse, but you don't end up attracting someone amazing without appreciating the emotional turbulence that comes with weathering rejections, building the sexual tension that never gets released, and staring blankly at a phone that never rings. It's part of the game of love. You can't win if you don't play. What determines your success isn't what do you want to enjoy. The relevant question is, what pain do you want to sustain? The path of happiness is a path full of shit heaps and shame. What determines your success? Oh, wait. You have to choose something. You can't have a pain-free life. It can't all be roses and unicorns all the time. Pleasure is the easy question, and pretty much all of us have a similar answer. The more interesting question is the pain. What is the pain that you want to sustain? That's the hard question that matters. The question that will actually get you somewhere. It's the question that can change a perspective, a life. It's what makes me, me, and you, you. It's what defines us and separates us and ultimately brings us together. For most of my adolescence and young adulthood, I have fantasized about being a musician, a rock star in particular. Any badass guitar song I heard, I would always close my eyes and envision myself up on the stage, playing it to the screams of the crowd. People absolutely losing their minds to my sweet finger-noodling glory. This fantasy could keep me occupied for hours to end. For me, it was never a question if I'd ever end up playing in front of screaming crowds, but when. I had it all planned out. I was simply beating my time before I could invest the proper amount of energy and effort into getting out of here and making my mark. First, I need to finish school. Then, I need to make some extra money to buy gear. Then, I need to find enough free time to practice. Then, I had to network and plan for my first project. Then, nothing. Despite my fantasizing about this for over half my lifetime, the reality never came to fruition, and it took me a long time and a lot of struggle to finally figure out why. I didn't actually want it. I was in love with the result. The image of me on stage, people cheering, me rocking out, pouring my heart into what I was playing. But I wasn't in love with the process. And because of that, I failed at it. Repeatedly. Hell, I didn't even try hard enough to fail at it. I hardly tried at all. The daily drudgery of practicing, the logistic of finding a group and rehearsing, the pain of finding gigs and actually getting people to show up and give a shit, the broken strings, the blown tube amp, hauling 40 pounds of gear to and from rehearsals with no car. It's a mountain of a dream and a mile high club, and a mile high climb to the top. And what it took me a long time to discover is that I didn't like to climb much. I just liked to imagine the summit. The common cultural narratives would tell me that I somehow failed myself, and I'm a quitter or a loser, and I just didn't have it. That I gave up on my dream, and that maybe I let myself succumb to the pressure of society. But the truth is far less interesting than any of these explanations. The truth is, I thought I wanted something, but it turns out I didn't. End of story. I wanted the reward and not the struggle. I wanted the result and not the process. I was in love with not the fight, but only the victory. And life doesn't work that way. Who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for. People who enjoy the struggles of a gym are the ones who run triathlons and have chiseled abs and can bench press a small house. People who enjoy long work weeks and the politics of the corporate ladder are the ones who fly up to the top of it. People who enjoy the stresses and uncertainties of starving artist lifestyle are ultimately the ones who live it and make it. That this is not about willpower or grit. This is not another admonishment of no pain, no gain. This is the most simple and basic component of life. Our struggles determine our successes. Our problems birth our happiness, along with slightly better, slightly upgraded problems. See, it's a never-ending upward spiral, and if you think at any point you're allowed to stop climbing, I'm afraid you're losing the point, because the joy is in the climb itself. End of chapter 2. Magic! The book is now gone. My hand. Oh, hold on. I need to go back to ASMR Pro because this is the way I speak is probably too loud. Oh, my hand. God. Holding book like this is so like, well, I tried to hold book like this for the past 1.5 hours, and it's really tiring. Oh, do I still have the phone? Nope. Hold on. What is? Yeah. Anyway. Oh, my arm. So, how is everyone enjoying the book so far? Should we continue to the 3rd chapter? Chapter 3 is only 13 pages, but I think it is already 11, so we're gonna stop for tonight. If I say I wanted to play video games, I really wanted to try one shot pancake episode. If you haven't seen it on my YouTube channel, I did one shot. I streamed one shot like a couple of years back, and needless to say, it's one of my favorite indie game of all time. And last year, for the 10th anniversary of the game, they actually released a new story called Pancake Episode. It's completely non-canon, it's an AU, and I heard it's really adorable, and I should really play it as a fan of the original series. Anyway, yeah, I guess it is pretty much time for us to end tonight's stream, because I'm actually really tired and I do need to get enough rest so that I, for my say road trip tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. Doromotsuki. Oh, is that the guy that we're going to raid? Oh yeah, you did freaking use the redeem. Alright. We're gonna raid them. What are they doing? So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, consider subscribing or follow me on Twitch. I stream at least once a week. I translate manga, I play video games, and I do sing anime covers from time to time, and I do a bunch of random stuff. Oh my god, Swolecat, you've been here the whole time? What the fuck? Why don't you say anything? God damn it, Swole. I see you on the freaking mod view. Also, how you doing, man? How was freaking Xenoblade or Elden Ring? I forgot what game that you streamed yesterday. So anyway, time to start reading Toru Moritsuki. So yeah, what else? Oh yeah, if you guys want to support me, please consider leaving a donation. And if you want to support me on a monthly basis, I also have a Patreon where you can get 1 week early access to all of my content, such as manga translation, behind the scenes stuff, and cool Discord roles. Oh, speaking of which, go join my Discord server where you can talk about some stuff. Next week, next Friday, I will be hosting a VTuber manga club on my Discord server where we will sit down and talk and read and roleplay the manga. What else do I? Oh yeah, don't forget to go buy my merch. This actual T-shirt, you can actually get this in real life by going to my shop. Links is wait, did I put my links on the description of the thing? I don't think so. I guess I could just use merch. Yeah, I guess just use this. Dang it, it's not on. Alright, we're raiding Toru Moritsuki. Go say hello. Tell them I sent you. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. EP rate, EP ASMR rate time. Yep, that's the one. Alright, I'm gonna follow and then turn the notification off. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll probably going to stream once I arrive at the city at my brother's house. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next stream. Okay, bye. And end stream.